On set now is Paul Ashe, and he is the CEO of Spey, an amazing jewelry company, and they specialize in pearls, and they are so exquisitely beautiful. With us now is Paul. How are you, my friend?
I am very well. How are you this morning?
Fantastic. Thank you so much.
Very good. Well, yeah, so I opened a pearl company, and that's one of my passions, a passion of, a lot of DC, as I'm finding out. We're a Washingtonian company at heart, with eyes to expand up here to New York soon. It'll be very good.
Now, you've traveled all over the world.
I have. I get around.
Yeah, so tell us, you've been to Milan. Where else have you been?
Milan, Berlin. I spent a lot of good time in London. Got to study in Champagne, France, and Porto and Scotland. A lot of great places around the world. Coming back to the States, I kind of missed trade level at a luxury kind of perspective, which is what I'm most familiar with. So I thought, how can I work for the betterment of a trade, but have some fun on my own? I started my own company for pearls, championing the oyster, celebrating the pearl, and helping to festoon the women of DC in some beautiful jewelry.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Now, why pearls? I mean, did you just see them on somebody? Like, what was the start, the moment of inspiration for you?
The point of origin for pearls. I think the idea behind pearls is what I grew to love.
Okay.
It's such an ecologically sustainable and happy product that you can't help but love it. So where pearl farms move in, biodiversity increases, reefs, corals redevelop. They help educate and train the local island communities. They campaign against deforestation, which causes runoff. I like to say that pearls are almost like the canary in a coal mine, as the oyster is to the sea. So at the first onset of disease or pollution, entire fields of oysters will die off. So it's obviously in the best interest of the pearling industry to work toward, pristine, clear, perfect waters. That's
Fantastic.
what I love. Yeah.
And so you took your passion for wanting to do things wonderful in the community,
Yes,
along with your passion for luxury, and you blended them together in your own company.
Right. And that's what, because it's my company, I get to call the shots, which I love. So we try to do a bit in the world. I like to say that we're working toward a more lustrous future. So not only by festooning, women in pearls, but also helping the community. So again, that environment perspective, we're working to campaign to support the river Spey, after whom we're named in Scotland. So we're preserving an endangered pearl-producing oyster. That's
so a
within
portion
the
of your proceeds go then
They do.
to that.
Yes, and then also to the Washington Ballet, which is an organization very dear to my heart, as well as a lot of our patrons. And so 30% of our proceeds actually go back to the ballet and supporting arts and education initiatives in DC.
Now, did you get to dance as a child? Did you
I didn't know. Nobody wants to see me dance,
Okay.
but everybody wants to see them dance. So it's nice that we're able to help and support as best we can, and just do a little good in the world.
Now, tell me a little bit about a pearl. What makes a perfect pearl?
Sure.
What do you look for?
So everybody knows like the fabled piece of grain of sand or whatever that enters a mollusk, and yes, that's true to an extent. So anytime an oyster experiences discomfort, something gets in its shell or antagonizes it in some way, to protect itself, it secretes this fluid. It's called nacre. And it wraps that irritant, and it keeps wrapping it, and it can lay there for years in the seabed. Eventually, when that oyster is opened, out pops a pearl. And so that's kind of the origin of the pearl. And now, through culturing process, you can kind of simulate that irritant. And that way we can have a lot of lustrous, beautiful pearls to meet the market demand.
Lovely. And what did you bring with us today?
So today we have a few different pieces.
Okay.
They're all strands of pearls, so it's kind of the iconic classic look, but with some twist. So the darker here are from Tahiti. It's a Tahitian pearl, so they range in colors from deep green and the peacock colors to aubergine, a purple. It's just a beautiful range depending on the light. The other necklace over here is a great piece. 3 different types of pearls in it, diamond and gold as well. The pearls are Akoya, South Sea, and Golden South Sea, all naturally colored, so it's just a beautiful combination.
Very pretty. Do you remember what it was like the first time you found your own pearl?
Yeah, it's exciting. So I'm not a diver myself. We leave that to qualified hands. But it's always the expectation of what's going to come out of this oyster, because you never know. There could be no pearl. It could be misshapen, deformed. It could, just be unhappy. But when you get that perfect pearl, it's a great feeling. And then what makes these pieces so exceptional is because we take the time to match perfect pearls to other perfect pearls. So a strand of pearls can take years to assemble, just so that each pearl matches the one next to it and flows beautifully.
Now, I don't know a lot about seafood. So are there difference between an eating oyster and a pearl oyster?
Yes.
Or can you eat and get a pearl at the same time? No?
You could.
Okay.
You probably want the pearl in your mouth. But
okay.
yes. So,
do you know what I'm saying? Like,
yes, there are lots of different types of oysters in the
okay.
world. There's as many oysters as there are birds in the sky, I assume. So it depends on the type of oyster, the quality, and the characteristics of the pearl that's produced. So as a cultured product, it's almost farmed now, which is far more sustainable. And you can kind of breed in the selective qualities that you like. kind of making those, working toward that more perfect pearl. And then, of course, you have the eatery people as well that are just
And they have a
more
different,
interested in tasty
I
rather than
understand.
pretty.
Okay, that makes sense. And you're going to be doing a whole men's line as well. Tell us
We are.
about
We
that.
just launched a men's collection a few weeks back at the Army Navy Club in DC. Again, supporting the local community. We have lapel pearls, which are up here, and then some cufflinks, tie pins, tuxedo buttons, that type of thing.
Excellent. I have a burning question, and that's where can we get these? Are you going to be opening a store?
We will. The flagship is in the works, but until then, if you absolutely have to have them, give me a call. We do a lot of trunk shows, private engagements. We deliver, to your house. We just pop some champagne and try on some pearls. If you're not in the local market, you can visit our website and buy the ready-to-wear collection right offline, spey.com.
Well, they're stunning. Thank you so much for joining us. I learned a lot, and I had a lot of fun, and I can't wait to wear them. Okay, stay tuned for more on Live It Up. We've been visiting with Paul, and he's the CEO of Spey.